shot putter for Great Britain for over 20 years, British record holder, Commonwealth record holder, and then I chose to do strongman because it was there. And I also did the World Highland Games as well, where I was 6 times world champion. And then I took up strongman as well, and I was very fortunate to win 3 British titles, 3 European titles, and won World's Strongest Man twice, and come second twice as well in a couple. So I've been around a long time, and I've earned my t-shirt.
What do you think have been the biggest changes in the sport that you've seen?
Changes is there's more machinery involved, more cylindrical objects in lifting. We just lifted tree trunks anyhow, you know. I think it was more rustic in my day, and it's more balanced in terms of the events and the actual machinery that actually does the events today. I don't think the guys are much different.
Right.
Strength is only measured with the disciplines that you give them to do, and the guys that are actually competing in the event. Change the event and change the disciplines, you'll get a different result.
I mean, how popular was it back in those days?
I think it was massive. We used to have viewing figures over 14 million.
Right.
Watching World's Strongest Man. They don't get that today because we were the first. But it always used to be World's Strongest Man, 7 Americans and me.
Yeah.
I'd still like to see it more controlled as a governing body of sport come entertainment, but controlled by a central body, and not see too many events claiming to have different world champions or British, European champions. I think it could even be better if it was controlled by an independent body to become a real multinational world sport.
And what do you think of the UK guys in particular? I mean, I think that most of them have been on the scene for a few years. They're quite well known. Terry Holland and Jimmy.
Terry Holland, and I think these are good guys anyway. They're well up there in the world stage.
Can they win the world title?
What, the world title?
Yeah.
If I coached Terry Holland, he would.
What was your favourite discipline?
Well, in those days we used to have things like bar bending and truck pulling.
Really?
Yeah, I was basically unbeaten in bar bending.
Right.
There's only one event I didn't like, and that's the horizontal holds, because I had a lot of injury from throwing, But
don't see those much today either.
No, because they're what they call old-time strength feats,
Right.
These guys are not as athletic as I was, because I was a strong athlete, not just a strong man.
Well, a lot of them are coming from powerlifting, aren't they, rather
I
than
come from
Olympic?
athletics background, where it was a lot of more conditioning and, involved in my training rather than just being strong.
I think there's one of them, is it Venter, who's a thrower? Has he got a throwing background?
Yes, he's got a throwing background.
I think he's the only one.
But again, it's a question of adapting to the disciplines. Can you adapt quick enough?
Right.
I mean, I'd like to see events come in that they don't know what the events are.
Yeah, interesting.
Frighten them.
Yes.
Not just say they know what to do, so they know what to train. Give them disciplines that they don't see until the day.
What's the future for strongman here and worldwide? Could it get back to that popularity?
I think historically it'll always be there. Since time immemorial it's been there. In the Bible it's been there. And people are still striving and still mesmerised with the feat of the human in real terms. What is the level? I mean, look at 100 metres. In terms of it's still improving. You can't improve anymore, and then somebody comes and improves it again. But in strongman, I think it's still learning. You're still adapting, and you are adapting to the disciplines. And this is what I mean about